What if the reason you can't sleep has nothing to do with stress, your mattress, or your evening routine, and everything to do with something quietly missing from your home? In 2020, researchers from the Human Animal Bond Research Institute reviewed 17 independent studies on sleep quality in women over 50. What they found stopped them. The women sleeping the deepest, fewest wakings, lowest nighttime cortisol, strongest slow wave sleep weren't the ones on the best supplements. They weren't the ones with the most disciplined routines. They shared their home with an animal. This was not a lifestyle observation. It pointed to six biological mechanisms operating simultaneously inside the postmenopausal body. And once you understand them, you will never look at your cat or your dog the same way again. Here's what the sleep industry, which generates $80 billion a year through supplements, devices, and prescriptions, does not want you to connect. Menopause doesn't just reduce one sleep hormone, it disrupts five of them at once: estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, oxytocin, melatonin. Products are designed to target one at a time. What we're about to show you addresses all five, and it's already lying on your couch. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. We publish research-backed videos specifically for women over 50 that your doctor probably hasn't mentioned. You don't want to miss what's coming. Chronic poor sleep in postmenopausal women is linked to a 40% increased risk of dementia, accelerated bone loss, cardiovascular disease, and a collapsed immune system. This is not a comfort issue. It is a documented health emergency hiding in plain sight. And the answer may already be purring on your pillow. Here's the truth that the supplement aisle will never put on a label. After menopause, estrogen doesn't just decline, it disappears as a master regulator, and it was quietly running five systems that kept your sleep intact for decades. Without estrogen, cortisol stays elevated into the evening, keeping your nervous system primed for danger when there is none. Progesterone falls, removing the sedative signal your brain used to wind down. Melatonin production drops by approximately 50% between 40 and 70. And even the melatonin you supplement stops working properly because receptor sensitivity has declined. The hypothalamus, your internal thermostat, begins misfiring, producing hot flashes that spike your core temperature and shatter sleep architecture at its deepest point. And oxytocin, the molecule that signals to your amygdala that you are safe, drops so quietly that no doctor measures it, no prescription addresses it, and no woman is ever told it's gone. The result is a nervous system that cannot fully stand down. Women describe it accurately: lying awake, nothing identifiably wrong, unable to surrender into sleep. That is not anxiety. That is physiology without its scaffolding. The $900 million melatonin industry gives you back one piece of a five-piece puzzle. Prescription sleep aids suppress REM sleep, the stage you depend on most after 50, for memory, emotional regulation, and neurological repair. Sleep tracking apps hand you data about how broken your sleep is without addressing a single mechanism behind it. What you're about to hear addresses all of them simultaneously, without a prescription.
Six mechanisms. Six reasons the women sleeping best in their 50s, 60s, and 70s aren't the ones doing everything right. They're the ones sharing their beds with an animal. We're going in ascending order, from significant to the one that changes everything. Before we go further, how old are you? Where are you watching from? And do you have a cat, a dog, or both? Drop it in the comments right now. Every single comment gets read and replied to because your experience might be the thing that helps another woman realize what she already has at home. Number 6, the broken clock. Your body runs on a 24-hour internal clock. After menopause, that clock loses its primary anchor, estrogen, and begins to drift. You fall asleep too early, wake at 3 in the morning, and no amount of discipline seems to correct it. A 2022 study from the University of California, San Diego followed 312 post-menopausal women for 14 months.
Women with consistent daily behavioral anchors showed 34% better circadian alignment. Among the most consistent anchors in the study population were pet-related routines. A dog doesn't negotiate. It needs feeding at the same time. It needs walking at the same time. It responds to time whether you feel like it or not. In a post-menopausal body that has lost its hormonal clock anchor, that external consistency isn't just convenient. It is measurably rebuilding what menopause quietly dismantled. Number 5, the cortisol trap. In a healthy hormonal environment, cortisol rises sharply in the morning and drops through the day, reaching its lowest point at sleep onset. Post-menopause, without estrogen's buffering effect, that arc breaks down. Cortisol stays elevated in the evening. Your body is physiologically primed for alert wakefulness at the exact moment it needs to be releasing into sleep. In 2019, Washington State University measured cortisol levels in 249 participants before and after contact with cats and dogs. Cortisol dropped measurably after 10 minutes. The effect compounded at 20 minutes. The reduction was consistent regardless of baseline stress, meaning this was a biological response, not a relaxation placebo. For women stuck in evening HPA hyperarousal, 15 to 20 minutes of physical contact with a companion animal in the 90 minutes before bed delivers a cortisol reduction at the precise window where the hormonal disruption is most damaging. No pill does that at the right time, in the right amount, without side effects. Number 4. The missing molecule. Oxytocin is described as a bonding hormone. Its role in sleep is almost never discussed, and it may be the most important thing nobody has told you. Oxytocin acts directly on the amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, suppressing the fear signals that keep you in shallow, fragmented sleep. It is the neurological signal for safety. Deep sleep requires it. Estrogen and oxytocin are biochemically linked. As estrogen falls, oxytocin signaling weakens. The brain cannot register safety fully. Women describe it precisely. Sleep feels thinner, less surrendered, less restorative. They are not imagining it. It is neurological. A 2021 study from the University of Queensland found that physical contact with a familiar pet triggered a 30% rise in oxytocin in postmenopausal women, comparable to the response recorded during physical touch between humans. For women whose daily lives offer reduced physical contact, a companion animal may be providing the single most consistent oxytocin stimulus available to them. Stroking a cat or a dog for 20 minutes before sleep is not a comfort habit. It is oxytocin replacement through a pathway that no pharmaceutical has successfully replicated. Number 3. The temperature paradox. Sleep onset requires your core body temperature to drop by 1 to 2 degrees. The hypothalamus reads that fall as the trigger to initiate sleep. Post-menopause, hot flashes spike core temperature unpredictably, then sweating drops it too fast. The narrow thermal window that sleep requires becomes nearly impossible to achieve. At the same time, circulatory changes keep the extremities of women over 55 persistently cold. This is the part almost nobody explains. Peripheral vasodilation, warmth moving from the core to the hands and feet, is the primary mechanism through which the body executes its core temperature drop. Cold feet block that process. Core temperature cannot fall. Sleep onset is delayed by 20 minutes or more. A 2020 NIH-supported study at the University of Rochester confirmed it. Women with warm foot temperature at bedtime fell asleep 22 minutes faster. The mechanism was peripheral vasodilation, facilitating core cooling. A cat sleeping against your lower legs or a dog beside your feet provides peripheral warmth at the precise location that triggers the vasodilation your body needs. This is not the warmth of a heavy blanket, which raises core temperature. This is targeted peripheral warmth that helps the body do what menopause has made harder: cool from the inside out. Number 2. The frequency effect. Cat owners, this one is specifically for you. The domestic cat purrs at a frequency between 25 and 50 hertz. That range is not arbitrary. It is the same frequency range used in low-frequency vibration therapy, a clinical modality with documented effects on bone density, tissue repair, and nervous system regulation. At 25 to 50 hertz, the vibration activates mechanoreceptors in your skin, which stimulate the vagus nerve, the primary neural pathway of the parasympathetic nervous system. Vagal activation lowers heart rate, reduces cortisol, and transitions brain activity from beta waves, alert, scanning, to alpha waves, the relaxed, aware state that precedes sleep. Vagal tone is one of the strongest predictors of both sleep quality and cardiovascular resilience in adults over 50. Research supported by the Human Animal Bond Research Institute found that women with regular proximity to a purring cat showed measurably higher vagal tone and lower nighttime heart rate disruption than non-cat owning women at the same health baseline. A stroking session in the 60 to 90 minutes before sleep initiates the purring response in most cats. What follows is a low-frequency vibrational therapy session, free, consistent, and activated by the animal itself. Number 2, the loneliness signal. This is the mechanism that changes everything. A 2020 University of Chicago study, funded by the National Institutes of Health, followed 847 women aged 55 to 72 for 24 months. Women with the highest loneliness scores showed a 45% elevation in interleukin 6 and C-reactive protein, the inflammatory markers most directly linked to cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline, and accelerated aging. For sleep, the finding was direct and devastating. Elevated interleukin 6 suppresses melatonin production and fragments slow-wave sleep, the deep restorative stage responsible for immune function, memory consolidation, and overnight hormonal repair. The inflammation caused by perceived isolation was chemically destroying the sleep needed to repair the damage that same inflammation was causing. A biological trap. The mechanism is evolutionary. The brain evolved in conditions where isolation meant vulnerability. The immune system responds to perceived isolation by upregulating inflammation as defensive preparation. Post-menopause, without estrogen to moderate inflammatory response, that ancient system runs without a break. Here is what the study also found. Women who owned companion animals showed inflammatory profiles significantly closer to those of socially connected women, regardless of their actual frequency of human contact. The brain's threat assessment system, the one generating the inflammatory cascade, responds to the consistent presence of a warm, living body. A cat in the room, a dog on the floor beside the bed. The isolation signal quiets. Interleukin 6 falls. Melatonin is no longer chemically suppressed. Slow-wave sleep returns. Your body cannot tell the difference between human presence and animal presence when it comes to the signal that ends the inflammatory response to loneliness. A companion animal is not a substitute. Biologically, it is the real thing. 6 mechanisms: circadian disruption, cortisol elevation, oxytocin deficit, thermoregulatory failure, reduced vagal tone, and loneliness-driven inflammation. These are the 6 reasons women over 55 cannot sleep, and the 6 reasons the ones sleeping best are not the ones with the most supplements, the most discipline, or the most expensive mattress. They are the ones with an animal beside them. The research does not suggest that your cat or dog replaces clinical care. It documents a specific convergence of biological effects, hormonal, neurological, immunological, and thermal, that occur reliably in the presence of a companion animal, and that correspond directly to the architecture of postmenopausal sleep disruption. You may already have everything you need. You may just not have known what it was doing for you. Full references for every study cited are in the description below. And if this video gave you something your doctor never did, subscribe. Every week, we publish research backed content on what postmenopausal women's bodies are actually doing and what actually helps. Click subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with a woman in your life who hasn't slept properly in years. She needs to see this.